Well, well, well. Second or third, fourth, whatever channel time. I wanted to start working on this because I didn't want mainly the only video here being depressing as fuck and kind of getting my frustrations out. I also wanted to be able to talk to you guys. And I figured the best way would be to start off by talking about YouTube and what it's like being it, because I have some very strong opinions on the job. A lot of ones that people don't like to normally hear, you know. I like to view it in a way kind of like the fitness industry, where you have a lot of fake naturals and they preach, you know, it's all great, it's so easy, it's so good. And I see that a lot with YouTube. People being I don't think I don't know what that word is. Not even gonna pretend to say it. But not being honest with their community, and I don't like that because it affected me. I thought this shit would be easy. I always grew up and be like, oh, this is great, you know, super fun. No. And it's not fun. It's there. But I got some questions pulled up about it, and I'm gonna talk about YouTube for the next however long this goes on. I have no idea. And by the way, yeah, this is live. I'm riding this horse. The very first question I got is, how did I start my channel, or how did you get the idea? Or did you have any problem in this career? What were you doing before YouTube videos? And what were you thinking about doing other than YouTube videos? How did I start the channel and get the idea? I didn't. It was actually my partner's idea. I was working my job, and I got a text on Discord from him, and he asked if I've been playing Rivals. I told him I have. I said, like, does 200 hours count? Because that's how many I had at the time. And he was like, maybe we should look into starting a YouTube channel about it, because it's doing really well right now, you know, lightning in a bottle. I was like, sure. So I worked on it. And then we set up a time for the next week, and we came up with Gallahan over a couple hours of talking. And yeah, pretty much everything came from that and went from there. Did I have a problem with this career? I've had so many. But I'll get into that a little later when I start talking about it. And what was I doing before YouTube videos? And what was I thinking about doing besides YouTube? I wasn't thinking of doing anything else. Maybe acting. But meh, you know? This has always been my dream since I was a kid. So I mean, same with every other kid on the planet. It's always their dream too. But I don't know. I always had optimism about it, but I never did it, which kind of sums up my entire life, honestly. Always having dreams and ideas, but never acting on them. So, but I mean, here we are. Thank God I got a little nudge, you know. But I think that's, yeah. Before doing YouTube, all I really did was just like minimum wage jobs here and there, like fast food, retail type shit. That's kind of it. I could, part of me would like to talk more, but I don't really want to, you know, privacy and all that. But I guess that's the best way to answer that. Next question is, talk about the dreams you first had as a job or anything like that, or just an end goal for life, I guess. Like I said before, honestly, the only dream I've really ever had has been this, doing what I do now, which is, it's still weird to think about. I don't think about it often because this job is so stressful, but yeah, this has always been my quote unquote dream, I guess. And like, end goal of life was just, again, this, creating content, being popular, I guess, making fun, creative stuff. It's always been my goal, you know? It's always been something I've wanted to do forever. I've been creating since I was like, knew how to use my hands and speak words. I haven't done really anything else besides being a stat nerd, but that's something else. Like, the biggest thing I wanted to talk about with doing this job, though, is that, like I said in the beginning, a lot of creators I see lie to their audience and kind of baby them. And I don't like that, Because a lot of kids, and I was one of them, they grow up wanting this to be their dream or wanting this as their dream job, right? And they don't really understand all of the inner workings of it and what it actually means to have this job. I see a lot of kids thinking that you just record for like 4 hours a day, you throw some clips together, upload it, and you get 1 million views. That is not how it works. Obviously, you have people like Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, blah, 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 but those guys are legacy people. They've been doing this for way over a decade. They've established way early on. You know, it's a different landscape now. And then, like, in a way, Mr. Beast is a huge problem. And really has led to that because we've had this oversaturation of just trying to do something bigger and bigger. Now that we're at the point where you can't really make entertaining videos anymore. Your one video has to be like this big thing. And that's kind of what this landscape has turned into. It's really hard to get a footing if you're not doing stuff to attract attention. And I firmly believe Mr. Beast has a huge blame for that. But I see a lot of creators not understand what this job actually takes. This is not a very secondary thing. You have to put your all into this. You have to be a psychopath. You have to be kind of a nut job to actually get somewhere with this. Because this whole job is just bullshit after bullshit after bullshit. And it's not very forgiving. It's not very rewarding, especially at the beginning. I mean, maybe when you're a late stage creator and you're full on career and you've got a following and everything's set, yeah, it's very rewarding and very forgiving, but it takes a lot to get there. Like, you guys don't know what actually goes into this. And like, some of you do, because I try to talk to my community a lot, but a lot of you don't really know what goes into it, like casual viewers. There are times where I'm up editing or working or ideating or scripting for like 16 hours a day. And then I'll go to sleep and then wake up and do my little routine and then do it all over again. Like, job is not, it doesn't come secondary. It's not a casual, haha, you know, you don't get famous, you don't get successful off of just half-assing it and kind of relaxing, if that makes sense, you know. From the little I've learned of doing this, I haven't done it for the longest time. I know I'm not the end-all be-all deciding factor on this. There's plenty of people who know more than me, but from what I learned so far, this job is not very, it's not the dream that it's chalked up to be. And that's a huge thing that I see a lot. Like, I see a lot of more casual YouTubers, a lot of fence sitters, is the best way to put them. I don't like those people, but they sit on the fence and they'll get donations or something, and they're like, go away. They're like, oh, how do I become a YouTuber? Oh, do this, and they're like, oh, you just gotta upload and have fun and all that. And it's like, nope, you're never gonna make it doing that, and that's just not how it works. Obviously, you need to enjoy what you're doing, but it's just hours and hours and hours of tedious shit, and then like 3 hours of fun. Like, even when I'm recording, it's not fun. I'm going to start giving you some more insight right now about this. It's, doing this job, I've lost pretty much the element of playing games just for fun. Because of the nature of this job, there's no clock in, clock out, right? There's no hours. It's just, you're constantly on the clock. You're constantly working. There's always the next video. There's always your analytics. There's always something to worry about, right? The algorithm. So whenever I'm playing a game and trying to relax and enjoy it, in the back of my head, I'm like, I could be editing right now. I could be recording right now. I should be doing this. I should be doing this. I should be doing this. Even when I go out and I try to relax and have fun, I think about all the time that I'm quote unquote wasting. Even though I've gotten a ton of work done, I still think about all the time I'm wasting, and it's stressful as hell. The job isn't, you know, oh, I'll just have fun for 4 hours and I can just goof off and relax. If you're really in it, and this is like your only source of income, it never leaves your head. It's all you think about. At least if you're doing it right, which is sad to think about. Like, if you really want to have this job, it needs to be the only thing you want more than anything. Like, being the nature of what my channel is, having such an explosive growth like I've had, it's I get a lot of questions all the time from smaller creators, even sometimes bigger ones who, you know, their growth is very slow. It's like, how did I do it so fast? Or it's like, oh, how you do this? How do you do this? And I want to be able to answer them. I want to be able to give them a good answer. I want to be able to help them. But the reality is, I know deep down I can't, because they'll never take the answer and actually do anything with it. Because what people don't see is that I don't want people to look up to my channel's growth. I don't want them to look up to me as a creator, voice crack. Because when you look at my channel, all you see is a couple months back and just views immediately. What you don't see is that I've been trying to do this and wanting to do this since I was like 8 years old. And I spent a lot of time learning. And the saddest truth is, not for me, it's great for me, but the saddest truth for all the people that I try to talk to about it is I just know better. And I don't mean that in a condescending way, but it's just everyone that I've worked with or has seen me work or has, you know, dealt with me, who knows this kind of, who knows this space, right? They've, a lot of them commented on the fact that I just have an intuition for it. And I agree that I do. Like, if I'm in editing or I'm cutting a clip, I will know exactly when to cut it. I'll know exactly when to start the clip. I'll know the comedic timing really well. I'll know this stuff. It's just intuition for a lot of it. And it's like, it's one of those things that you either have it or you don't. You can learn it, but a lot of people are not willing to. They expect everything to come naturally, or they're too prideful. Like, hell, even Fitz took freaking comedy classes. Like, no one's above learning stuff. But a lot of what we've created today is we focus so much on the overnight success that we don't pay attention to the actual work that goes into it. So when you have someone like me that jumps out, everyone pays attention to just the overnight success, and they pay attention to, oh my god, it blew up out of nowhere, it's so lucky, when it's not luck. It's tons of work that goes into it. YouTube, people will tell you a lot that it's all luck. It's not. It is like 60-40 not in favor of luck, like 40% luck. What actually matters, luck, is when your channel blows up. Because it will eventually. You'll get that one video somewhere, right? And that luck doesn't matter if you can't capture it. Think about it like a lightning strike. If lightning's going to strike near you eventually one time in your life, but if you're not able to catch it, then it's just going to go away. It's going to strike elsewhere over and over again. And I think in a good way, I was able to catch it. It's really fucking early. It was like my third video. Or second video, technically, but third is really blew off. But it's like, you got to take what works, learn from it, and keep going. You can't let it sit. You can't expect to, oh, just everything's going to work out. Because I've had fails too. I've had videos that haven't done well. I've had videos that done really well. And sometimes I really don't know why. But most of the times I do. But I see a lot of creators, they get their first big YouTube video, and they're like, they start celebrating, and they take a little break, and they're like, yeah, I'm going to come back even stronger. This video did really well. And then they come back like a month later, and their views are like shit. They get one video that is like, oh my god, 1.2 million views, right? And then they come back doing random shit that's not even close to their channel, thinking, oh, they've made it, and now it's magical. No, this shit doesn't end. You can't relax anymore. Especially when you want to take a job like this. There's no more relaxing. There's no more chilling out. There's no more just enjoying your time. It's just pain. If that's the best way to put it, is that it's just a lot of slaving away at your PC, slaving away, just learning constantly spending so much time trying to figure out what is better, what is not. And then there's stress of schedules, and it's a whole thing. And I like to pride at least what Gallahan is, the brand itself. I like transparency. I don't like the idea of telling my audience that this is a dream job and it's all it's chalked up to be, and you can do it too, because the reality is you can't do it too. A lot of you watching this want to be YouTubers, but you never will because you don't have that. And that's fine. That is okay. It's not a bad thing. Not everyone's dream is what they're made for. You got to really find what you're good at. And I just happen to be lucky that this is something that I was good at. And for every one of me, there's 10,000s of people who want to do this job. and fail because they don't have what it takes. They don't have that drive. They don't have that obsession, and that's fine. Even I've stressed about it, and it's gotten to me a lot. So my uploads have slowed. It's overwhelming, you know. And I get distracted. I get lazy sometimes, and I'm not proud of it, but I'll say it. I'll be honest about it. It's not something I'm really proud of. It's not something I want to continue. I'm trying to work on it, but it happens. And in an industry like this, every second I spend being lazy or not doing what I'm supposed to do, it's someone else is going to pass me. Someone else is doing a better job than me. And that's the nature of this. This job is this job is one of, if not the most competitive jobs on the planet. Everyone wants it. Everyone is trying to get it. And if you kind of slack off, you'll fall behind. Because there's someone out there who is more crazy than you. There's someone out there way crazier than you. Way more obsessed than you. You'll never... There's going to be people that are smarter than you. There's going to be people that are faster than you, that are quicker thinkers than you. There's going to be people who have more skills than you. So you got to do the one thing you can do and outwork them. That's something you have control over. You don't have control over someone being smarter than you. I gotta race away from this guy. You don't have control over any of that. But what you do have control of is your work ethic. So outworking them is pretty much the only thing you can really do. And you're gonna have to do something like that. This job is not... Like the title says, this job is not a dream job. It's a lot of time, it's a lot of effort, it's a lot of just pain and torture over and over again for very small dividends. Like, in all honesty, when I was a kid, I could never imagine having a video hit 100K views, let alone 400K, let alone having multiple over 100K, let alone having over 1,000 people in my Discord all talk and be able to talk to them, having 45,000 people subscribe to me. I could have never imagined something like that. And now that it's here, I don't feel anything. Of course, like, and I'll have fleeting moments of happiness where I'm like, or not happiness, I don't really feel that in terms of the channel, but more so pride, I guess. You know, something about that, something close to that emotion-wise. But it's like, when you're in this, when you are going day to day, doing this job every day, you don't really, you lose sight, I think, is something that I've struggled with. I've really lost sight of what I started doing, if that makes sense, you know? Because, like, you have these dreams as a kid. Oh my god, my 1,000 subscribers, 10,000 subscribers, 50K, 100K, or whatever, and then 10,000 views, 100,000 views, you know, 500,000 views, which I can't believe I'm getting close to on a video, but you get what I mean. You have all these dreams of when you're in it, when you're actively doing it. This job, you can't relax. Something that a lot of people don't realize is that after a video is posted, there's not a lot of time to just sit and celebrate. It's just, what's the next video going to be? And a lot of people don't understand that that's all it is. They don't understand that. A lot of people think of the term dream job for YouTube, and they forget the second part of that. They all focus on the dream part of those words. It's all the dream, you know, very short work days, tons of money, fame, fortune, blah, blah, blah. They don't really focus on the second part, which is the job aspect, which is like 99% of it. It's like 1% a dream. Yeah, I get to play video games all day, but I don't enjoy it. It's not for my enjoyment, which I think is someone has to realize. It becomes, especially when you have a channel like mine, you have to put on a face, you have to become a character, and you have to play a game that you might not 100% want to play, but it's trending, so you have to play it. You play it, and it does really well, and then you can move on to something else. There will be spare time when you can play something else, but that's not what it is 100% of the time. You think about a job like this as just something beautiful, and oh, I can have so much fun every day, and it's really not that. Even if you go on vacation, you're thinking about, oh, so much time I'm wasting. I could be uploading right now. I could be working right now. You'll even see creators who do go on vacation and bring a laptop, and they're still working from that laptop. And I'm at a point in my days where I spend so much time on this channel and so much time just worrying about it that, dead end. So much time worrying about it that a vacation for me is just like going to the movies for like a single movie, and that's like a vacation. Because that's what it is now. I don't have time to like go out for a week. You know, I don't have that time. I can't relax. I can't go out for, you know, I can't leave. I can't go somewhere for like a week and relax, because relaxing just kind of isn't a thing anymore. It's all about what's the next video going to be. And even lately, with interest dying down with Rivals, I have to restructure my entire idea. Because I never wanted to be a full-time Rivals creator. I want to make other games. I want to make stuff I care about. I want to talk about the stuff I care about. I want to have fun playing the games that are fun to me. It's funny now. Everyone knows me. Most people know me as the Rivals creator. And some people came from Dying Light or Battlefront or whatever, but a lot of people know me as the Rivals creator. So when I want to change, there's going to be a problem with that. I'm going to have to rebuild a lot, and that's fine. I understand that. But it's never what I want it to be, but it's just what I've become known as. And like I was saying, it's, again, most people know me as Rivals creator. I haven't touched Rivals in almost a month, because I've said this in private, or I'll say it out loud now. That game is now my job. It's just a job to me. I have not played that game for fun since like the Black Panther video. And I'm not really exaggerating. It's like, oh, I gotta play Rivals now for this video. I've never hopped on Rivals to just relax or have fun. Even on streams where I'm portraying it like, oh, I'm just having fun. No, I'm still working. That stream is technically work. I'm yawning at 1 p.m. I'm cooked. But my main whole point of this video is to answer some questions about YouTube, and also just give you an insight and really talk to you guys one-on-one. Is that like, this job is not a dream job. And that's why the title is what it is. But it's not a dream job. It's not what you guys think it's chalked up to be. It's not this beautiful thing with tons of free time. You can do whatever you want. The free time aspect, the thing that changes, you have less free time. Like when I was working my job and doing YouTube at the beginning of this year, I would go to work, I would come home, and I would work more. A lot of people think that, oh, wow, I'm tired. A lot of people think that when you go full time, those work hours disappear and you can just work the YouTube, and then, oh, you have your mornings free now. No. YouTube just takes over those hours that you had on your job. So like if you had, let's say you worked part-time, so you had 20 hours a week, and then you spent like 40 hours on YouTube. When you go full-time, it doesn't become 40 hours on YouTube. It becomes 60 hours on YouTube. It merges into each other. Or if that doesn't happen, you risk losing your momentum. You risk losing out on so much, because the nature of the world we live in and the nature of these types of jobs, or the super competitive, is that it takes psychopaths. You need to be a nut job. Not a literal psychopath, but you need to be a little insane. You need to be up at like 4 a.m. just working and editing and learning new things and trying to expand and trying to, you know, get more sources of income, hire new people, train new people. It's a whole thing. And I don't want, what I really don't want is someone to spend their whole life thinking that this will be their job, and they keep trying at it, and they keep trying at it, and they constantly try, and they fail. And they never figure out why. That's my biggest fear for people, especially this younger generation, because every new generation that gets born, every 10, 20 years, whatever, I'll say 5 because I know it's not a new generation, but you get what I mean. But every wave of new kids that's born, it's a higher and higher percentage that they want to be creators. And none of them really understand. Okay, yawn again. And again, it's my biggest fear is I don't want someone to spend their whole childhood saying, I'm going to be a YouTuber, I'm going to be a YouTuber, I'm going to be a YouTuber, never understanding what this job is. And if you come out of this video and you still want to do this shit, you want to spend 16-hour days, you want to be kind of a lunatic, fucking DM me. I love those types of people. I'll be friends with you. But it'll help you out. But that's what this type of thing takes. I'm not making this video as a way to be like, thin out the competition. I want you people to succeed in whatever you do. I just don't want people to come into this job, come into this space, expecting it to be a walk in the park, expecting it to be fun and casual. Oh my god, the yawning! Expecting it to be fun and casual in this little thing. It's not that. I don't want you to come into this expecting that and then be super disappointed. It's like earlier I made the gym comparison. You know, a guy is new to the gym and he looks at all these people who are claiming natural and they're huge and he never gets to that. And he can never understand why. And he never doesn't realize that there's a secret that they're not telling you. And they'll never tell you because they don't want you to view them in that light. But I guess I just don't care. But like, I don't care. You guys need to know what type of job this is and what type of thing you'd be signing up for getting into something like this. It's not what it's chalked up to be. And that was one of my biggest realizations coming into this job now. It's that most things I saw online were a complete and utter bullshit ass lie. I'm not going to name names, but I've seen a lot of creators just say to their community that, oh yeah, and you can do this too. Just, you know, have a little fun, do this small thing. Hey, maybe make your own thumbnail, you know, have fun, just enjoy, just upload what you like to upload. And that will never work. And I hate to say that, but it genuinely will never work. And I don't like saying that. I'm not crying. I'm just fucking yawning so much. And I don't like saying that, but it's something that I have to be honest about. And because I want my community to understand what this job is actually like. And I'm now in a position to where I can. And part of me is really happy about that. I have thousands of people to talk to, thousands of new people to meet, and I've never been in a happier spot in my life in terms of progress. This is the first time that I've created something with another person. Heaven deserves just as many flowers as people give me, but he's behind the scenes and he likes to stay that way, so I'll let him keep that. But this is the first time I've built something that's really mine, and I'm proud of it. It's weird to say, but I am. I'm proud of each and every one of y'all. You guys have been such an amazing part of this journey. Some of the best additions of my life. I've gotten to meet so many great people just by being an idiot on the internet. But it's a great journey. There's definitely upsides. I won't deny that, but I do want to be honest. I don't want to build my foundation of my channel on a pipe dream that I sell you. I never will sell you that. But don't get me wrong, if you ask me for advice, I will give it to you, unless you obviously won't take it. If you won't do that, then I won't give it to you. There's no point. But you get what I mean, man. You all these guys get what I mean. Because you guys understand me in a way that kind of freaks me out sometimes. But I'm really proud of you all. I'm learning to be proud of myself, but that's going to take time. But yeah, I just wanted to talk to you guys about that because that was a big question, was what is this job like? You know, what's my experience with the job? And I wanted to give you all my opinion in a way that is fully formed, you know, because I've been thinking about this for a while and I've told individual people it, but it's not something I've been able to get out into the public. And now I can, and I'm glad about that. You guys have given me an outlet, which is really great. And I thank you for that a lot. But yeah, I'll be trying to upload here more often. I'll be answering questions, blah, blah, blah. Join my Discord if you're seeing this video and you're magically not in that somehow. If you're not, what the fuck are you doing? But yeah, I have submissions there. If you ever want to ask a question or advice or whatever, just ask them there and I'll see if I make a video about it. But yeah, love you all. And I'll see you guys when I upload next year. Bye.